Ever wondered how a pinch of fresh herbs from your garden could transform your meals? Imagine the luxury of stepping right outside your door to pluck fresh basil, mint, or rosemary anytime you need them. Growing a herb garden is not just about the bounty of flavors at your fingertips, it's also about enhancing the beauty of your space. These fragrant plants can elevate both your dishes and your garden's aesthetic. Stick around as we delve into the secrets of starting your own herb garden effortlessly. First things first, selecting the right herbs is crucial. When embarking on this verdant journey, think about the climate you live in. Herbs like basil thrive in warm, sunny conditions, while others such as mint prefer cooler, shaded areas. It's not just about what you grow, but where you grow it. Now let's talk space. Not everyone has a sprawling garden, and that's perfectly fine. Many herbs flourish in containers on a balcony or even on a sunny windowsill. Consider how much room you have and whether you'll go vertical with hanging planters or perhaps use a compact herb garden kit. Moving on to culinary preferences, what do you enjoy cooking? If Italian dishes dominate your dinner table, basil and oregano are must-haves. For those who revel in crafting refreshing beverages or Asian cuisine, mint and cilantro will be indispensable in your garden. Understanding each herb's growth requirements will ensure they not only survive, but thrive. With the right selection, you're already halfway to a flourishing garden. Now that you've picked your herbs, it's time to plant them. Whether you're working with a garden bed or containers, the approach to planting herbs is generally the same, but there are a few key considerations to keep in mind to ensure your herbs thrive. First, let's talk about the soil. Herbs adore well-draining soil rich in organic matter. If you're planting in containers, choose a high-quality potting mix. For garden beds, amend the soil with compost to improve its structure and nutrient content. Next, consider the sunlight. Most herbs such as basil, thyme, and oregano require at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. If you're planting indoors, a south-facing window is ideal. However, if natural light is limited, consider using grow lights to supplement. Now, on to spacing. Proper spacing is crucial for healthy growth. As a rule of thumb, leave about 6 to 12 inches between each plant. This allows each herb ample space to grow without competing for light, water, or nutrients. Overcrowding can lead to poor air circulation, which might invite pests and diseases. When planting, gently remove the herb from its nursery container, being careful not to disturb the roots too much. Dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball, but just as deep. This gives the roots room to spread out. Place the herb in the hole and fill it with soil, pressing down lightly to eliminate any air pockets. Watering is next. After planting, give your herbs a good water, soaking the soil to help settle any remaining air gaps around the roots. Going forward, water your herbs when the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. Remember, it's better to water deeply and less frequently than little and often, as this encourages deeper root growth. Finally, consider mulching around your herbs with organic material like straw or wood chips. This helps retain soil moisture and keeps weeds at bay. Proper planting sets the stage for robust growth, so take your time to do it right. With your herbs comfortably in their new home, let's ensure they thrive. First up, watering. Herbs love moisture, but they detest soggy roots. It's like a dance, frequent but not overwhelming. The golden rule here is to water deeply but infrequently. This method encourages roots to grow deeper, seeking moisture and nutrients, which in turn stabilizes your plants. For most herbs, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between watering sessions is ideal. It's a delicate balance, like brewing the perfect cup of tea. Now, let's talk about feeding your green friends. Herbs aren't particularly fussy eaters, but they do appreciate a good meal. A light application of a balanced organic fertilizer at the start of the growing season can work wonders. However, be cautious with nitrogen-heavy fertilizers. They can promote lush foliage, but at the expense of flavor and aroma. Remember, you're growing herbs for their delightful tastes and scents, not just their looks. Pruning is next on our garden agenda. Regular snipping not only keeps your herbs looking neat, but also encourages them to become fuller and bushier. For leafy herbs like basil and mint, pinching off the tips can stimulate new growth, ensuring you have a continuous supply. Don't be shy, cutting your herbs back won't hurt them, it's quite the opposite actually. It's like a spa treatment, rejuvenating and invigorating. A quick tip on timing. It's best to water your herbs early in the morning. This allows the water to soak deeply into the soil, reaching the roots without too much excess moisture being lost to evaporation. Plus, it helps prevent some common fungal diseases that thrive in damp, cool conditions. A little care goes a long way in keeping your herbs healthy and productive. With these simple practices, your herb garden will not only survive but will flourish, providing fresh flavors for your kitchen and beauty for your garden. All your hard work has paid off, and now it's time to enjoy the harvest. When harvesting your herbs, the key is to encourage further growth. It's best to harvest early in the morning when the essential oils are at their peak, making the flavors and aromas more intense. Use sharp scissors or garden shears to snip off about a third of the branches. This method stimulates the plant to produce new growth. Remember, never harvest more than half of the plant if you want it to continue thriving. Now let's talk about the delightful ways to use these aromatic treasures in the kitchen. Fresh herbs can transform a simple dish into something extraordinary. Imagine tossing fresh basil into a steaming plate of pasta or sprinkling cilantro over a vibrant taco. And it doesn't stop there. Why not start your morning with a refreshing mint tea? Simply steep fresh mint leaves in boiling water for a soothing herbal brew. But the culinary creativity doesn't end with cooking. Making herb-infused oils is a fantastic way to capture the essence of your garden. Pack a bottle with clean, dry herbs like rosemary or thyme, then pour over a neutral oil like grapeseed or olive oil. Let it sit for a few weeks and you've got yourself a flavorful oil that's perfect for drizzling over salads or roasted vegetables. Preserving your herbs extends their life and your enjoyment. Drying is one of the simplest methods. Tie small bundles of herbs and hang them upside down in a dry, airy place away from direct sunlight. Once dried, crumble the leaves and store them in airtight containers. Another excellent preservation method is freezing. Chop the herbs, pack them into an ice cube tray, cover with water, and freeze. Pop out an herb cube whenever you need a burst of fresh flavor in your cooking. The real joy of herb gardening comes when you get to taste the fruits, or rather, leaves of your labor. Feeling confident? Let's tackle some advanced gardening tips and common pitfalls to avoid. Diving deeper into the art of herb gardening, let's explore companion planting, a technique that not only maximizes space, but also enhances the health and flavor of your herbs. For instance, planting chives near rosemary can help repel pests naturally, boosting the vitality of both plants. Similarly, basil and tomatoes are more than just culinary companions. Basil helps repel insects harmful to tomatoes, enhancing both their growth and flavor. Now, onto natural pest control. Instead of reaching for chemical pesticides, consider inviting beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings into your garden. These natural predators feast on common pests, such as aphids, and can help maintain the ecological balance of your herb garden. Planting flowers like marigolds or lavender can attract these helpful insects, providing a natural defense system. However, even the most seasoned gardeners can encounter pitfalls. A common issue is overwatering. Herbs like thyme and rosemary thrive in well-drained soil and can suffer from root rot if watered too frequently. Always check the soil's moisture level before watering. It should feel dry to the touch. Under-pruning is another common oversight. Regular pruning not only helps maintain an appealing shape, but also encourages vigorous growth and prevents your herbs from becoming leggy and sparse. Each herb has its pruning preferences. For example, basil should be pruned above its leaf nodes to promote fuller growth. Lastly, let's talk about soil health. Herbs generally prefer neutral to slightly alkaline soil. Over time, soil can become compacted and nutrient depleted. To prevent this, integrate organic compost into your soil annually to maintain its vitality and fertility. Master these, and you'll be not just growing herbs, but growing them like a pro. Congratulations, you're now equipped with the knowledge to start your own herb garden. We've journeyed through selecting the perfect herbs, mastering the art of planting, and the essentials of nurturing your green friends. We also explored the delightful ways to harvest and utilize your herbs, enhancing everything from your meals to your health. Start small, perhaps with a pot of basil or mint, and let your curiosity guide you. Remember, every great gardener was once a beginner. Happy gardening!